Hi, Rachana.
Hi.
You're here to tell us about your NIE digital commission. So I'm just going to hand it straight over to you.
Great. Yes, how exciting. It's finally happening. Yeah, so the commission was really about how to connect theatre with a digital platform and finding a way to kind of capture the theatrical experience that we're missing so much of at the moment, and trying to kind of reflect that in an online form. We see a lot of theatre in that has been filmed on stage and is being shown as a platform. I know the National do that, and cameras are changing, and it used to be very difficult to capture theatre on stage, but now it's much better now with all the technology that we have. But what I was really into was how you can create a different kind of storytelling medium, but to reflect the actual performance. So Hamlet was a perfect example of this because I was very lucky to design it. So I designed the set and the costumes, which meant I had a real good knowledge of the production itself, and I saw it when you manage to perform it with schools, that kind of interaction with the children and how they responded and how that kind of was incorporated into the storytelling. And how do you capture that? I thought that was something that I really wanted to explore with the commission itself.
So should we have a sneak peek, a bit of it, and perhaps you can talk us through just the beginning bit. I'll share my screen and let's have a look at the beginning. So yeah, just talk us through what's your thinking here.
So it starts with the reality of the production, which is why I love this idea of that Greg, the lovely Greg on the cello, who was also the composer, was the one who would introduce kind of the tuning up before the show moment, and then going straight into this kind of animated sequence, because I think the challenge really was how do you bring together the darkness of Hamlet with the kind of upbeat nature of the live performance, and I thought this kind of hand-drawn animation would be a good way to kind of bridge the gap between kind of almost like a fantastical, stormy night with the actors and the musicians actually playing the intro of this song, which in the show is a recap of the first half of Hamlet. I mean, I know these were the conversations we had, wasn't it, Michael, with in terms of how do you bridge the gap between the storytelling of the text of Hamlet with the storytelling live to young people. So those are the conversations that I had with myself in terms of the mediums I could use to tell parts of the story.
So could I just ask you one question about technique? How do you actually make that happen?
Well, I'm a bit old school. It was a one-stop animation, which is kind of frame by frame, I guess. So that was hand-drawn, the one that you just saw there with the bird. So for example, the bird itself, I found a video of a bird flying and then froze it at 4 different stages of its flight and then drew over it and then repeated that. So it looked like it was flying. And then you'll see throughout the whole piece that I use different techniques to animate different parts of the story. And the idea is to reflect that part of the story. So yeah, it was nice doing it. It was almost like a photo montage of Hamlet in a way, but using animation and video. So yeah, it was fun because I could also use the details that I used in the set and the costumes. So the fabrics, I think you saw there with the curtains, that was actually the curtain fabric from the set itself.
I don't want to show the rest of the film because it's quite short, but I'd recommend viewers to have a look at the whole piece, and we'll finish there if that's okay. But thanks very much, Rachana.
Thank you.
And yes, do check out Rachana's fantastic animated version of Hamlet.
Thank you.